this is a picture of our little girl. Doesn't she look like a little gummy bear? That's why we call her Little Gummy Bear. So it's about 74 days left till the expected due date. So I'm really excited. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm really nervous. People keep asking us how we're doing, how we're feeling. And so for the most part, Angela's been doing really well. She's been gaining the appropriate amount of weight. She's been trying to eat well. She was sick in the first trimester, but that passed pretty quickly. Like the morning sickness. She's uncomfortable here and there. She's pretty uncomfortable actually. She seems to be doing better than the girls in all those movies that are like in so much pain all the time. I don't know if those movies are exaggerated or her pregnancy is just really easier. Regardless. So I was at work yesterday. I work at our family restaurant and some customers came in and they were a young couple. They had like a pretty small baby. I think they told me he was 5 months old. So I told them, oh, I was expecting in a couple months. And the mom was really excited for me. She asked me how I was feeling about it. I told her I was pretty nervous. She's like, yeah. She was like, is this your first one? And I was like, yeah. And she said, all the things that people tell you to be nervous about, you should be nervous about them. She says she's tired all the time and everything like that. But then she finished it off with saying everything that people also say about you loving this child like you've never loved anything before. That's also true. And I already to some extent feel that. Like just looking at this picture brings me like those emotions again. Like I'm just ready to see our baby girl come out, but I'm pretty nervous. Now it's not. So she was mainly saying all this like the baby's pooping and peeing everywhere and like crying all the time and it's all worth it. I already know that part's worth it. I don't know. That's pretty obvious to me, and that's just like kind of a normal thing. I kind of relate that to when I got our dogs. Like before we adopted the two dogs, before we adopted our first dog, I would never want to touch poop, and I never understood picking up the dog poop. Like it was so disgusting. But then once we adopted Kent, our first dog, I was completely fine picking up his poop. I think it was because I love this dog so much that doing something like, well, taking him out on walks and then picking up his poop after, it wasn't too much of a big deal for me. Because part of having him in my life is picking up the poop. So I have to just, I don't know, I just have to deal with it. So part of having our baby girl in our life is that we gotta like feed her and burp her and not sleep as much or wake up every 2 hours to feed her, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's pretty much like, that's a given. So now I could be wrong because I'm not there yet. I don't think I'm too worried about all of that kind of stuff, all the like physical stuff. So I'm not really worried about all the physical stuff as much as I'm much more worried about like the emotional stuff. Like when she gets a little older and then I have to be the one to teach her good and bad and hopefully hopefully she becomes a good person. So we're really responsible for another human. That's what's scary to me. That's what makes me nervous. That's the whole thing about the nature versus nurture, right? Some traits in a person will come out no matter what. Just the way they're wired, just the way they are. I feel like some things are learned. Like you learn to be good. You learn like honesty and integrity. I don't know if it's fair that I put the pressure of our daughter being good on myself, but I do. I do. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. But I know I'm gonna try my best to do everything I can to be the best father I can and be the best role model I can be. Gosh. And I'm nervous because it's a little girl, and I can't even yell at my dogs. Like, they pee on something and I'm like, no, don't do that. And like, I can't even discipline the dogs. So I don't know if I can discipline my little girl. So, and I've been telling Angela about this, and she doesn't seem, so she doesn't seem very happy about it. And I told her she's gonna have to be the bad cop. And she, I don't know. I think she already knows too, especially by the way I treat the dogs. I baby them, so I already know if our little girl like asks for something, she's gonna know who to ask. She's gonna know to ask me. To be honest, Angela might be mad about that because that's the way her and her father's relationship is. Her father like babies her like crazy. I mean, I feel like she's gonna ask for like something ridiculous, and I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, that's fine. It's okay. Yeah. I still don't understand girls, and I'm 31 years old. I better learn quick, I guess. So I wonder if my parents ever felt this too. I wonder if every parent feels this. Like they put so much pressure on themselves. All my life I've been thinking about all these moments that have been like happening these past few years. Like getting married, buying a home, living as an adult, and now having a child. It's really surreal, like thinking about that. So I'm almost 32, and I still feel like I'm a child. Like I still feel like a kid. Like I still like cartoons and playing video games. Maybe that's a good thing, so then I can watch cartoons with the baby. I wonder if there's gonna be like at some point where I feel like an adult. I don't know if becoming a parent makes you like feel like you're an adult. Because I mean, just because you turn 18 doesn't mean you're an adult. And I don't know. I feel like I make adult decisions and I try to be as responsible as possible, but in the end it's still hard for me to like take the dishes out of the dishwasher and like doing like little things like that. All I can do is do my best. But what if your best isn't good enough? Do you ever think that? Is it only me? Maybe I'm thinking too much and I'm already too worried about it. So I don't know. I just wanted to make this little short video. See, I mean, am I the only one that thinks like this? I'm gonna have to ask more parents that I know, like young adult new parents, if they felt the same way or they feel the same way. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I don't know, let me know. Can you let me know if you're also feeling this too? Am I normal? Is this normal? I don't know, I just want the best for this little girl. I want the best for our family, and I want the best for anybody, really. I don't know. Let me know. Alright. Talk to you later. I don't know what to say at the end of these things. Bye.